Hello, Professor Bright here, and welcome to the Sunless Skies, or rather the early access of Sunless Skies. Yes, it's a game in early access, and normally I'm not too much of a fan of those, but this is the one I make an exception for. You see, it's the sequel to Sunless Sea, a narrative, dark comedy with Lovecraftian elements and, well, honestly, not that great mechanics, but fantastic narrative. Oh, so beautifully written. And I can't resist a peek at Sunless Skies, just a little bit. Mind you, though, there are some noteworthy features that are missing. For example, trade, character creation, and legacies, and other things. In fact, this is the first day of early access. We only have a small region to explore, but explore it we will. Because I can't resist a good story, and the writing here is fantastic. What's this? Sunless Skies is in a preliminary stage of early access, as I said. In fact, it's day 1 of their early access, with many stories and functions yet to be implemented. As a result, earning money is currently harder than it will be in the finished game. For now, defeat enemies, deliver port reports to New Winchester, interesting, and complete stories. Fair enough. That's more or less what I did in Sunless Sea. Now, give me some fuel and supplies, thank you. Future builds will add more ways to earn money, including trading opportunities and smuggling, which I'm intrigued by. The sky, the high wilderness, where stars burn and winds moan, and mists drift in ragged folds. The suns make their homes here, and now, so too do Londoners, building new lives out in the dark. Yes. It's trains in space, but not our kind of space. It's fallen London and Sunless Sea kind of space, the high wilderness, as they call it. And love that music, by the way. Oh, sounds just about right. Now, I am curious about a few of these things, but I kind of just want to explore a bit, so bye. Oh. There we are. Continue the journey. It's not perhaps not, it's continue the journey, except this won't go away. But now it will. Oh, yay! Well, okay. Yep. I am deliberately doing this. Oh. Oh! Well, that's interesting. We have like a strafing kind of thing going on. And cannons. And weapons that do different things. And actually have to aim them. Oh. You barb it with beetles until it admits spotting something of interest. Where, though? Just more intro stuff. Sorry, I saw a storylet was available. And the map? Oh. You presumably are a port? So, to the south east. Okay. There's a cruise control, yes? Alright. Interesting. So what's this? Hull and heat. Interesting. We'll have to see what that's about. Now, unfortunately, I don't know all the changes they made. We can read a few of them, I believe. Is this gonna pause? It is gonna pause. But what's this deal about heat, though? Visit the engine room. The roaring iron belly of your locomotive. Oh, we have a story here. Interesting. The air is as intolerable as the inside of a kettle. Sweating stokers shovel coal into the engines. The fires are hungry tonight. Brass pipes carry the resulting steam throughout your vessel, keeping the remorseless cold of the high wilderness at bay. Running out of fuel means a quick, cold death. Stock up at ports, but be sure to leave enough space in your hold for supplies and cargo, obviously. Pushing engines and firing your weapons increases your heat. If it rises too high, you may suffer malfunctions. Oh, so it's an evolution of the sort of speed boost mechanic from Sunless Sea. Interesting. I mean, what is this deal about weaponry? The weapons are oiled and well maintained. The high wilderness is home to pirates, can carry, and worse. You'll need to be able to defend yourself. Okay. Different weapons have different types of damage and traits. Okay. Unlimited ammunition, which is convenient. Very useful, if you don't mind me saying. And I'm not too worried about the rest of this right now. At some point, I should probably just make a quick little video. Hi, what the... Are you like a mini dawn machine? Wispy condensation trails cross the sky. The ghosts of passing trains. Young's found. Hello. Also, I love the little train noise I make. It's kind of the best. Okay, that's not an entrance. Well, I made a mistake. Well, I made some assumptions. They were wrong. Oh, hey, something. Victory Hall. And they're calling it experience now. Not sure if I like that or not. Bancroft's Forum. Hi, thing. I want to fight you. Because you are a thing. Stop running. Goddamn cowards. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got you pissed now, don't I? Oh, you can fire back. Okay. Oof, we're a bit loud. We'll say that right off the bat. Oh, good. Well, I think I'm dead. Okay. Yep, I think we're dead. Well, with a groan like a dying whale, your locomotive's hull buckles. Your hull has fallen to zero, your captain is dead. Your engine dies, your vessel splits apart. The cold takes you. Okay, so first 10 minutes, already dead. Unfortunately, we cannot pass on a legacy to our new captain. So, I guess we're going to do this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you have any hints about combat? No, okay. Huh. It's gonna be something I have to get used to. Because you see, in Sunless Sea, their combat was pretty much non-existent. This is more like a top-down shooter kind of thing. Whereas in Sunless Sea, it was just a simple case of... how do I even want to describe it? If they were in your firing range, you'd wait for your weapons to essentially charge up or aim, and then fire it and it would hit them. That was it. Now it's actually got combat mechanics of a sort. Gonna have to get used to that. What was the button for our scout again? It was F? Yep, F. Our scout, who is a bat. Your bat returns and sulks in its roost, private with beetles until it admits spotting something of interest. This thing. Whatever this is. I assume it's the hub of the area, but I wouldn't know because I died. Probably fighting a guard, which was not my brightest moment. But anyway, let's move along. Get a taste for this place. There's Victory Hall. Where's a place I can die? That looks promising. How do I do this, though? Ah. That's interesting. It doesn't actually lock you into place. Huh. Okay, let's see what we got here. Wolvesy Station. The clamoring central station of New Winchester, a place of steam and smut and thundering iron. Here you can find people willing to pay for a skilled captain's service. I like the little art change they made. Used to have smaller panels, but this is kinda... Huh. It's nice. Anyway. An opportunity, the fastidious inspector. Excuse me, Captain. A woman pushes through the crowds towards you. She's short and square-shouldered, in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you the case of her pocket watch. It's embossed with a crown and hourglass of London's horological office, the body responsible for ensuring time is consistent across the Empire. I'm hoping to book passage to Port Prosper, she says, slipping the watch away. I can, of course, pay. Pay sounds promising. Thank you, the locomotive I was on broke down following a boiler rupture. The chief engineer's fault, I suspect. A gentleman fonder of brandy than of diligence. Here's an initial sum to seal our bargain. Huh. Interesting. The Empress has a new palace, you say? Alright, haven't quite gotten the... So far the writing's serviceable. The smoggy, clanking, singing, stamping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach, an ever-expanding port of soot-smudged glass and bright steel, spilling across a drifting, mist-wrapped archipelago. Its factories thunder, its engine sheds ring with hammers and hiss with steam. Locomotives chug into sidings for repair, or flare across the sky and away into the high wilderness. Curious. I mean, let's transport a settler. Would-be pioneers clamor at the station, eager to make their fortunes amongst the stars. Would you take me to Leadbeater and Stainrod Nature Reserve? I'd love to see the wilderness, from a safe distance, of course. Breaks off the handshake to cough into his sleeve. Forgive me, I'm hoping a new climate will improve my health. Please get me there as fast as possible. I'll pay you well if you do. Yes, can be done, I suppose. Victory Hall, though. The Assembly, a coalition of independently minded settlers, colloquially called Tackities, gather and argue here, deliver port reports here to receive rewards and win the Tackities' favor. Wait, whoa. Raised in the wake of the blockade of New Winchester? What's going on with New Winchester, then? This magnificence of glass and steel houses the Colonial Assembly. Here, representatives of the independent ports of the Reach gather and quarrel. Independent ports of the Reach. I understand that there's some conflict between London and its outlying colonies within the Reach. At least that's something I believe I read. No, thank you. I'm not partial to independence. At least not personally. There's more things we could explore, but first... Actually, you know what? There's actually a few things I want to explore there, because I just saw Arkham Engineering, and... good job. Question? The local headquarters of the Windward Company, London's proxy in the Reach. The report reports here to receive rewards and win the company's favor instead. I see. Following the uprising, the fortunes of the Windward Company fell in New Winchester. Now their modest offices occupy an ex-tinning factory in the murkier recesses of the town. It continues to smell faintly of beans. Interesting. You've provided the company with a great deal of information. You'd rather they used it to strengthen the Empire's hold on the Reach. In theory, could do. Provisions, lovely. And munitions, intriguingly. Trade goods, which I thought they said they didn't have. Interesting. And this would be equipment. I see. Well, that having been understood, I believe it said to the northeast was where we wanted to go. Hello. A coggy conversation. The fastidious inspector has a round face, brown eyes, and short dark hair. She gives the impression of being perpetually busy. Begin with pleasantries. Your locomotive is being buffeted by a boisterous stellar wind. Perhaps you could talk about the weather. Suppose it is rather gusty, she says. My work requires extensive travel. I've grown accustomed to the high wilderness's little tantrums, and your engine weathers them well. Some of the vessels I've been on couldn't even keep the wind on the outside. Discuss the Reach. I'm curious. The wide, wild frontier, a sunless domain but impossibly verdant, with gargantuan vines, cathedral-sized bronzewoods, and livid fungal archipelagos. It has an uncouth splendor, but I miss Albion in the steady light of the clockwork sun. These sunless reaches are so misty and quiet. She pauses, but critical. The territories here are rich with raw hours, and enough vegetation grows on them to feed the whole of London, even if some of it's in dubious shape. Interesting. Discuss suns. What happened to the Reach's sun? And London has a man-made sun. How did Her Majesty defeat the old one? She killed the sun? We warred and we won. It's not my area of expertise, I'm afraid. The suns made the law, they say. Now Her Majesty makes it. As for the Reach's sun, she looks through the window at the lightless, stirring mists. I don't know. Do suns grow old? Do they die of natural causes? I think that would probably be better than the alternative, wouldn't it? Oh, we've got a lot of backstory here. This is why I play these games, because I love the story behind them. Ask about the Winchester War. The Reach is torn by discontent between London loyalists and the more independent settlers. Personally, I'm probably going to side with London. An unfortunate business. There are those who feel that London is a long way away and they'd do a better job of governing themselves. The frontier attracts independent spirits. We call them tackities, for the hobnail boots that are so practical out here. London, unsurprisingly, disagrees. The Windward Company earnestly represents Her Majesty's interests in the regions, sometimes very earnestly indeed. The tackities call London's loyalists stovepipes, for our hats, I suppose. She avoids looking at you. And you, Captain, where do you... Interesting. Where do your sympathies lie? I don't particularly feel loyalty. Well, I suppose I do to London. I remember my heritage and the Queen who led us to the skies. Plus, it's probably the right thing to say to this one. Was there anything else? Yes. Ask about the hours trade. You've heard the Empress awards her favorites with gifts of years to extend their lives, and that you can become rich mining for hours to satisfy London's hunger for them. Oh. Oh, hours have more use than that. We use them to increase the efficiency of work worlds, to speed locomotives across the Isambard line, to resolve overcrowding in prisons. It does make my life more difficult, when time knots and stretches like wool on the loom. More difficult, but more vital. Her Majesty received a great trove of them when she assumed the throne of hours, and now even more have been found in the Reach. Miners dig them from the ground. She looks momentarily wistful. I hope someday to retire with a modest pension of years myself, to prolong the better part of my retirement. Have a good Yeah. Have a good evening. Got a lot of background story. I've read some things off the Kickstarter, and... oh, great, the bat's happy to have found nothing of interest. And a lot of it's just hints about various things. There was something to do with... yeah, how the Queen... the Empress had somehow built a clockwork sun, but if she killed our sun, the Earth's sun, that has some major implications for the whole Fallen London universe. Because suns make laws. That's what they do. They aren't just little balls of plasma in this setting. They are literally the things that write the physical laws that make the world work the way it's supposed to. And sort of enforce the chain of being. Hi, what the fuck are you? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna attempt to kill you. Okay. Okay. I can do this. I can aim. Oh, God. Oh. That worked out. Better than expected. Art or loot. There we are. A Kentenkari. Placated. It is possibly dying. Its beady eyes dull. Smoke hisses from fractures in the shell like hot springs on a volcanic tundra. There's a disastrous smell. Listen to its last complaint? Huh. Gain experience or gain supplies. I mean... let's listen to the Kentankerous. Ah, I get it. Songs are sung in station tea rooms about the dying laments of the ageless. cantankerity. To hear it is apparently good luck. Antenna wiggle resentfully in the wind, eyes glower from the cavernous shell. The cantankerity shudders in deep disappointment before emitting a mournful Moreau. Then silence. Oh. I like it. Anyway. What? The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship's clock has stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it? She has a little case of tools and a hopeful expression. You'd prefer things to be right more than twice a day, please, thank you. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has the back off the clock and has spread tiny cogs across the galley table. Obtuse horological tools gleam brassily among them. Everything has a place. I need to look up what horology is. I suspect it's something to do with time, but I would think chronology, or I'll look it up later. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long at the stars is harmful to the temperament. Yeah, good luck with that. Compliment her skills. Her hands are deft and sure. She polishes, she cleans, she assembles. Thank you, she says, a small embarrassed silence. It's possible the inspector is pleased. It's rather hard to tell. Onward to elsewhere. No. You found something. To the north. Okay. Real quick. M does not open the chart. C does not open the chart. Although it... Nope, it's not zooming out either. Okay. A little odd. Very odd, actually. So... London has taken over time, essentially. Oh, I don't want to fight that at all. Yeah, cruise control, please. Gonna have to get used to that. Oh. No. Let's not crash. Although I should remember I can strafe now. Oh. Oh, so this was the pollen you were talking about. Oh. Hi. What the hell is this? Bloombower. Well, you know what this is? This is something that we will explore next episode. Titania. Oh? An argument between artists. Titania whispered throughout the Reach to be a perfumed paradise for artists. Perhaps it could be, but currently it's little more than a few houses built around a plaza, and if they're able to agree on a unified aesthetic, which if the shouts from Valentine's Square are anything to go by, is unlikely. The debaters stand before the rhapsodic mayor, desperate to convince her to decide the question in their favor. She only listens, her dreamy smile widening with each line of argument. The debaters fall silent as the rhapsodic mayor raises her hand and waves you over. The mayor shakes your head, then so does the pharaonic enthusiast, a precious pleasure, the formidable Onagata, charmed I'm sure, and the efflorescent dandy. Welcome, Petal. Petal? The mayor clasps her hands and looks heavensward. I'm troubled, beset by visions, while sleeping and waking of how our little port may look. Their beauty captivates me, paralyzes me, stuns me. They're all so wonderful I simply cannot choose between them. She sighs and turns her eyes to you, but you're neutral, won't you help us? A vegetable aesthetic, a Japanese aesthetic, or an Egyptian aesthetic? I mean... I'm not really into the Egyptian aesthetic myself. Japanese, I mean, it kind of goes with the little petal thing they got going on. And then, of course, a vegetable aesthetic. There's a better terminology there. What greater I don't know how to pronounce this. What greater aesthetician is there than nature herself? She who drafted the architecture of flowers and painted the petals in all her vividness. In all their vividness, rather. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm curious. The dandy and the rhapsodic mayor clap their hands in delight. The others slink away, defeated. After the dandy excuses himself to gather his botanical-inspired blueprints, the mayor winks. If I'd decided on one, I'd have risked the scorn of the other two. Our perfumed parliament has trouble getting along. Thank you. Huh. You've arrived at the pedal port, Titania. Valentine Square is the center of the commune's loosely organized public life. Here the mayor keeps her office. Its walls hung with artists' impressions of plans to develop the port. We will come back to this. We'll explore more and more ports next time, though. For now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly, and I shall see you all soon.